Oh wait, what have I done?
If I asked you whether you'll meet a new friend in school tomorrow, if there's a pop quiz a week from now, or if there's food in the fridge, how would you answer? Probably it's either, I don't know, or I'll check the fridge. But some people believe that all of this is unnecessary, and that whether good things or bad things will happen to you can be predicted with something known as astrology.
There are many definitions and types of astrology, but most of them have to do with how the planets and stars affect our daily lives and future. Because of popular culture, the most common form of astrology has to do with your birth date, which gives you something called the star signs. For example, if you are born between the 20th of January and the 18th of February, you will be known as an Aquarius. Then, because you are an Aquarius, you can check out your horoscope, which is basically a collection of predictions and personality traits about you. And you will get comments such as, your parents never loved you, or be on the lookout for pleasant surprises in the next week.
So, how accurate are these? To answer this question, we actually have to turn to astronomy, which is the study of stars, planets, and many other things, as well as the relationships between them, without any attempts at predicting how our lives will turn out. This is because astrology uses many observations from early astronomy. In fact, mostly before telescopes were even invented. Let's take star signs for example. Every one of these star signs is determined by the areas of the sky the sun passes through throughout the year, and these are known as constellations. To the ancient people, constellations are simply the lines that join the stars we can see the areas. The sun appears to move across the sky because the earth actually moves around the sun, completing one cycle each year, thus passing by different constellations during different times of the year. One way which astrologers use to decide your fate is by seeing how the planets pass by all these constellations. This happens because planets are close enough to us to have proper motion, which is when they move relative to the stars, so they can move through constellations just like the sun. One astronomical event that astrology also takes note of is when the planets line up in the sky, and these are known as conjunctions.
Showing that astrology and astronomy are very closely linked.
Nevertheless, astrology is relatively inaccurate for a few reasons. Firstly, planets and stars are very, very, very far away, and if any object in the night sky should have an effect on our lives, it will be the moon, the closest thing to us. At such long distances, there is almost nothing that the planets and stars can do to affect us. Much like how you can't really do anything to get the remote control from the couch if it's too far away. Secondly, the ancient people were unable to see Neptune and Uranus, as it was not bright enough without telescopes. So, if planets are so important to our lives, how could they have predicted anything without knowing about those two planets?
Thirdly, all the star signs have different sizes in the sky, and astrology assumes the sun to take the same amount of time to travel through each of them, although the sun does not actually travel through these 12 equal parts. In fact, the sun even passes through a 13th constellation of Fucus for 18 days. Lastly, there is the idea of precession, which is when the earth wobbles around much like a spinning top. The same way the top faces different directions as it falls, the stars the sun moves through changes over time, so how can all these fixed star signs be accurate in the future? The truth is, astrology is not very accurate, even if we were to consider the other forms of astrology, such as that of the Chinese or the Hindus. It is still difficult to justify that objects so far away can determine our destiny. So, all things considered, astrology is indeed related to astronomy because it uses astronomical observations. But really, it is not all that accurate, which is why it's considered a pseudoscience, meaning that it has no real merit and is without any scientific evidence.